5 magic phrases that will help you fall in love with yourself. After all, you are the person who will be there for the rest of your life. Accepting yourself means loving yourself. Have you ever wondered how critical you are of yourself? Do you note every mistake, reproach, proofreading, and scolding? For example, go over all the flaws when you peer at your reflection in the mirror. At the same time, you remember every bun you ate and missed, or even absent classes in the gym. And so, all my life and every day. In most cases, our most severe and impartial critic is ourselves. That is why for many the phrase love yourself seems almost utopian. However, not everything is so hopeless. There are almost magic words that will help you love yourself. After all, you are the person who will be there for the rest of your life. Accepting yourself means loving yourself. Despite all your fears, mistakes, love yourself. So let's get started. Finally, I stopped running away from myself. Who can be better than me? Golden Hawk. A quote from this movie reminds us that actually loving yourself is a choice. It's easiest to think that we need something more than what we have to be happy. Many people live their lives as if they are in a never-ending race. For example, you may think that you don't have enough money, a perfect body, or anything else to be happy. But in the end, even if you received it in an instant, it will not change the situation. You will still be missing something. And so, without end, the fact is that you cannot be happy until you love your real self, the authentic one. Not a fictitious image, and not a pattern imposed by society, but an ordinary, and at the same time, a unique person. If you spend your entire life doing nothing but running away from yourself, you will end up losing yourself. You will forget what you dreamed about, what you wanted, and what is most important and dear to you. Know yourself for real. Find out and accept who you are. Don't give in to stereotypes that tell us we should be different. This is nonsense. You don't owe anything to anyone. You have to be yourself. This is the most beautiful and perfect thing in the world. If you don't love yourself the way you are, you won't be able to love others. If you don't have compassion for yourself, you won't be able to have compassion for other people. The Dalai Lama. Many people in life help others, show love for the world, but inside they feel that something is missing, while they do not understand what kind of feeling it is. It is about you. Then answer a few simple questions. How often do you show love to yourself? Do you feel sorry for yourself? Loving yourself just the way you are is the best thing we can do for ourselves. And the worst thing that breaks our lives and makes us unhappy is constant self-criticism, underestimation, or self-flagellation that lasts for years. Thus, we only harm ourselves and do not become better. Remember that the most important love and compassion in your life comes from your heart and is directed towards you. Loving me is not your job, it's mine. Byron Kathie. What is the most important thing in life for you? For example, what are you doing today? It's likely that you'll spend most of your day trying to make everyone else happy. This is commendable, but we tend to think that if we live for others, they will love us more, and accordingly, we will be happier. In fact, the problem is that no one can love you more than yourself. When you're having a hard time and feeling lonely, don't forget to love yourself. Your flaws, fears, and flaws don't matter. Love is undeserved, especially at home. You deserve it by the very fact of your birth, period. You are a complete and whole person who deserves to be loved completely and completely. Why don't you start with that kind of self-love completely and completely, without any conditions and reservations? Loving yourself does not mean being narcissistic or selfish towards others. What it really means is to welcome yourself as the most valuable guest in your life, the most worthy of love and respect. Margot Anand. Remember how many people we let into our lives. When we feel that someone deserves our love, we do everything in our power to make him feel good, comfortable, like at home. But do they care about us the same way? To love yourself, you do not need anything supernatural. Taking a bath with aromatic oils, getting a massage, or doing something nice and pampering yourself are very simple things. You do it without thinking for the sake of others. So why did they make an exception for themselves? You are alone, you are the most important person in your life. It will be good for you. It will be good for all those you are trying to make happy. Many mistakenly think that self-care is a manifestation of selfishness and narcissism. This is a huge mistake. Exists. There is a big difference between self-love and narcissism. It is about how these qualities can be beneficial or harmful to others. Narcissists make everyone they meet in life miserable. And what can harm a person who simply loves himself? On the contrary, he shares his happiness, loves this world and people. When no one praises you, praise yourself. When no one compliments you, admires you, or says nice words, praise yourself. No one should give you confidence and make you bold. This is solely your job. Courage can only come from the depths of your own being. Joel Osteen. From childhood we are taught to expect to be noticed, recognized, praised and glorified. This applies to literally everything, from a good mark in school to the recognition of the correct choice of a soulmate or friends. We even choose jobs, often based on what others say about them. Your happiness cannot depend on what others say about him or you. You must learn to love yourself for who you are and celebrate your own successes. When you face problems and failures, you also decide for yourself how much you allow them to influence you in your life. What other people think about it is solely their problem. Support, advise, please. But I will not allow anyone to reproach, criticize and teach how to live. Only then will you be able to move forward, without caring what others think or say. We are sure that more than once in your life, you have been in situations where you did not feel tangible support from other people. However, they needed her more than ever. Such is life, and in this case, no one is to blame. Even the people who love us the most can distance themselves at some point, although it may be unintentional and even subconscious. So repeat these magic words. They will help you when you need it most.